Hey everyone, good evening. Victor again. It's Monday, 7 o'clock Irish time, so this means it's time for some vape chat talk, trials, reviews, and etc. So, today we're gonna look at the Drag S, the Drag X, and a couple of other bits and pieces like the Drag pod tank, the adapters, etc. So basically I have accumulated all bits and pieces from the drug series and just want to go through, check with you, unboxing, because let's say the Drag X I haven't seen myself yet. So let's take a look on all of these and then see what's all about. So see, okay, Arthur is again. This time saying okay, the sound is fine as well. Last Monday, I didn't even notice that I have an issue with the sound, and only at the end of the video spotted, oh shit, the sound was so terrible, so I have to delete the whole thing. So that's why, again, look at the Drag S, which I reviewed last Monday, and then we're gonna do some comparison with the Drag X and etc. Okay, cool. So without any further ado, let's dive down and take a closer look at the Drag series. So then I'll be sitting here in the corner, and we're gonna remove this little banner. So okay, now this is the Drag X and Drag S. So for those who didn't see it last Monday, quick tour what's in here. So we have the user manual, obviously in a lot of different languages. We have this little card in there, a little explanation between the Smart and RBA, and obviously the pod itself. Then we have the USB-C type charger. So finally also the VooPoo is starting to introduce the USB-C type. So I think this is the first one, if I'm not mistaken, which comes out with the C-type charger. And then they supply with two coils. One of them is the 0.2, another one is 0.3. So with this, they're introducing the 0.2 ohm coil, which is this guy with a black O-ring. And then the 0.3 ohm, the VM1 is coming with it in the kit. That's about it. What's in the kit? Let's put these for now aside and take a look at this pod mod kit itself. First thing what I have to tell, which is a positive about the pod, I really like the amount of shading they are putting onto this plastic in VooPoo. Yeah, so this is really good. You can actually really nice see through how much liquid is left in there. It's not too dark and not too bright, you know, so it's protecting the juice from the direct sunlight, but also it's not too dark that you can actually perfectly see how much juice you have left in there at any given time. Plus for this, I have seen other pods from other manufacturers. They are not the best in this matter. Okay, so pod itself is non-removable drip tip. On the bottom we have 3 magnetic contacts. See, that's a magnet, yeah. 1, 2, 3, and then this 4th one is just holding the filling hole. Yeah, that's the pin for the filling plug. To set it up, okay, let's go set it up a bit later. Now let's go to the mod itself. So from top to bottom, they have introduced here this quite wide flange which is metallic, obviously, to catch these three magnets. So this means because it's round and here only three magnets, people might put it this way or this way. If it turns, doesn't matter, you can turn it, it's always going to be having the magnetic connection. One downside which I see in this flange is, as you can see down here, you have if the juice leaks, it's going to leak down below here, and then it's going to be hard to clean it out. Obviously, for that they have introduced these two screws. You can remove the screws and get this flange out, and then you can clean it inside without any issue. But that's going to be a bit more tricky, you know. But I understand they couldn't do it other way around because of these three magnets. It's would be then difficult, you know, all the time we had to align them, or they had to do some kind of stopper in here that it just corresponds with the cutout here, so that it's aligned so that they actually match. Here they decided they put just round flange, and doesn't matter which way you put on it, it's always gonna get the magnetic connection and stay in place. Okay, now going down, we have one air hole on the side and other air hole on the other side, and this little knob here is the airflow control. So basically, if you push this little knob to one side, it's going to close, and on both sides. If you see, if you open it halfway on one side, opens it halfway on the other side. So this is simultaneous on both sides. One thing what I must say, if you close it, it's still gonna go, some air is gonna go through, but it's really nice and tight, kind of cigarette-like airflow, yeah, on it. What I really was surprised and really impressed with is this leather. So obviously, VooPoo is going into the more premium range with this vape device. That's a genuine leather. It feels like leather. It smells like leather. It is genuine leather, obviously with drag embroidered in it. On the bottom, they have the usual CE markings. This is a built-in battery, and it says 9.25 watt hours and 3.7 volts. What I like really about this one are these four rubber kind of stoppers. It's really nice and snug. It prevents the sliding on the table or wherever you put it. So it actually is really well done on this one. Okay, now to the most important part, which is the chip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch it on. The first time you switch it on, you will have to set the time. I obviously didn't have to set the time right now because I already tried this one. I've been using this one for a good week and a half. Just tasting it all out, and I can tell what's. It's not only the first unboxing video about this one, because I've been using this one, and in my opinion, it's a really nice kit. But it has its negative sides, at least for my vaping style. Okay, and the biggest negative, what you can say about the Drag S, is the battery. The battery life in it is not enough for me, because I puff a lot, and with this 2,500 milliampere is not enough for me. That's why I thought, okay, I'm gonna get the Drag X, which is with removable, exchangeable 18650 battery. You can just swap these out, and you are on the go. On the other hand, with the USB-C type, it's fast charge. It actually takes about an hour and a half to fully charge this one. It's actually not that bad, yeah. But then for that an hour and a half, you are on a leash, literally. You know, you have to waits until it's charged. And the downside as well is this is not a pass-through, so you cannot charge and vape in the same time. This is really big drawback on this one, because they didn't make it pass through. So as soon as you plug it in there for a charge, it's not firing at all. Yeah. Actually, I can show you. Okay, I'll show you later because I'm going to put in the coil and then we can try it out. That's so far about this one. Let's see what we have here in the comment. Matty says sound is good. Oh, thanks, Matt. Okay, now that's about the S version. Now let's put in a coil and try some vaping. So this pod is taking all of the PNP type coils. Doesn't matter if it's the VM1, VM2, VM3, RBA, or even the Vismec. Yeah, Vismec R80 or this WVM coils, they are also going to fit in there. So it's simple plug and play system, just push it in, put it on, and that's it. One good thing about dentary magnets, I can say as well, they're really strong magnets. Yeah, it's not falling off so easily, so it actually takes some force. I have to apply some force to open it. Okay. Now, before we start puffing on it, let's fill it with some juice. I'm going to be taking some of the Witchcraft Pink Lush today. Let's pop it open. I really like that they improved this plug compared to the Vinci series. It was a little bit hard to open, especially if you have so short nails than I have. But here they did a really great job, improved the whole system. Okay, I won't fill it fully for now. So now let's go to the chip. This is a maximum 60 watt device, and the 60 watt works only in the push to fire settings. Yeah, they have 3 settings. We have the smart mode, we have the push mode, and then we have the RBA mode. To change between the modes, we have, okay, it's really hard to see, but those modes you can see here underneath. That's lock, yeah, and that is P and A, it says. And what does it mean is that when you have the P and A activated, you can actually hold the device like this, and it's draw activated then. Or you can press the button and take a pull. It's the same. To switch between the modes, it's just simply 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and now I can take a pull as much as I want. Nothing's going to happen. Only the button activated. We can take a pull. And then when we press again 1, 2, 3, then it changes to the blue, and then we are into the regular wattage mode, RBA mode. Yeah, here as well, you can take a pull, nothing's going to happen. You have to go into press the button to vape mode. Okay, that's about this one. Okay, let's stay back down. One good thing which I like about Okay, it's rather a bad thing. Is, as you can see, it's really hard to see sometimes. Okay, with the blue light, you can see it really nicely. What is written, you can even see the RBA here on the top. You know that this blue light colored screen is good to read, good to see. But as soon as you switch it to the red one, two, three, switch it to the red, it's really hard to see. So as you see here on the top, you have the smart mode again, P and A down here. Okay, now on this, I got it on the screen. It's good visible, but in a bright sunlight, you won't see a single thing. You know what is in the red color. In the white, like say like here, the 60 watt, you can see it's fine. 1, 2, 3, and then it switches again to the press mode. Yeah, the start mode says, but it's here's then the press mode. Okay, that's a really quick look at this one. I already did review it last week. Don't want to repeat myself. About the flavor, I can say it's really good. The coil lifespan is about week and a half, depends on your usage, obviously. I puff a lot on these. That's why also these batteries, which is the built-in battery, don't last me long enough for my vaping. Weight-wise, you can feel it's a solid piece of vape kits, metal battery built in. It can't be really light. I say the weight is okay. Now the summer is coming. This is not going to pull down your shorts, okay? Compared to this. So that's pretty much it about the S. If you have some questions, please write comment below. I will reply on your questions later on. Let's go into the X. Let's take a look on the X, and then we can compare them both. Okay. So for that, I will have to switch the cameras back down. So let's zoom out. Yeah, completely. So that here we have the Drag X, which is similar to the VooPoo Vinci X. Obviously, the X means you have to put in 18650 battery. So on the front we have the difference is in the S version we had 60 watts. Here we have 80 watts max. Gene TT chip is the same as also in the S version, and this is then powerhouse of mod support big vaping. Okay, it's just, yeah, it's a mod, obviously. And the color I picked is just retro. Yeah. Obviously warnings in the front. Here we have QR code to check the tech support. And then in the back, it's written again what's inside. They supply now here this one with 0.15 ohm and 0.3 ohm. Again, to Type-C USB cable, and then pod and devices in there. And the social media, and that's it. Okay, we open it up. We have pretty much the same little booklet with the manual. 2 coils. The pod mod itself, and again the micro USB, not micro USB but USB-C type charger. That's pretty much it. Okay, let's take a look and compare them both in the same time. Okay. So these are now them two standing to each other, a Drag S and Drag X. So in terms of the height comparison, it's just this little Yeah, it's just this little bit difference in the height, as you can see. Weight-wise, obviously this is heavier because it has a battery. This doesn't have a battery, so then that's why let's put in a battery, then you can see the weight. Okay, here at the bottom, they had 4 of these little rubber stoppers. Here we have only 2. And I don't think they gonna work. No. I don't know why they did put these 2 rubber thingies and then have this little line here is actually higher than these. Why the hell? Yeah, here. Okay. VooPoo. I don't know what VooPoo thought about when they did create this. It's actually so sharp edges here that this is gonna scratch your table. Okay. Now let's open up. We have no markings here, plus or minus, but we have a big fat plus sign down there, so we know which one is plus and which one is minus. Okay, let's pop in right now like this. It's a bit wobbling with the genuine wrapping, and here I have another one, the same rewrapped battery. Oh yeah, here is no wobbling, although it's the same EFS battery. Yeah. So about that, then you have to check. This skin on the original is a bit thinner. This is a bit thicker, and that's why with this battery it's right. No, it's really little wobbling in there. Okay, close this. Now, you know what? So holding in the hands, you can feel it's tiny bit heavier than the S version. But everything else is exactly the same. Now, as you see down here, everything is the same. 3 spring-loaded contacts, positive in the middle, 2 negatives on the outside, same thing. The same 3 magnets down here, filling hole, everything is exactly the same. The only difference would be then the chip. Let's check the chip, what's different between this and that one. So I'm just going to take the same pod, put it on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and because we've switching this one on the first time, so we have to set the time, and the time right now is 19:28. So 19, just press and hold 28, and then just press and hold the fire button. Here we go, time is set. Now let's see, does it really go up to 80? No, it says max power, stops at 60 watts. So this chip is measuring your resistance, and right now here we have 0.2 ohm resistance. Yeah, so it doesn't allow to go above above 60 watts at all. Yeah, with this, and that's in the smart mode. Let's try to, okay, we switch to RBA mode. Yeah, you can see here on the top there's an RBA mode. Let's try with RBA mode. Yep, then it allows us to go above 60 to the max 80 watts actually in the RBA mode. Yeah, it's firing as well. Now let's try what else they have. 1, 2, 3. Smart. Again, drops down to 60 straight away. 1, 2, 3. So this one has only 2 modes. It's either RBA or the smart mode. 1, 2, 3. Obviously, doesn't have the draw activated firing system like the S. If you don't believe me, let's just try. Nothing's happening here. 1, 2, 3. Switch back to blue. So in this version, the draw activated auto fire is disabled. 1, 2, 3. Okay, back to this. Interesting that they have this limit on the smart mode with 60 watts, so that people can't go above. Can go above the 60 watt, although it's 80 watt mode. This means you need to put in something with a lower resistance to be able to fire at above 60 watts. So this 0.2 ohm one isn't allowing you to do that. No. Okay, let's swap the screen up. I'll just show you size comparison like that. It's just a little bit taller, this one, about a centimeter. If you hold them in the hand, like, I actually prefer this one in the terms of length. Other than that, it's exactly the same. Weight-wise, it's also plus minus the same. I can't really feel the difference holding like this in hands between one another. And the performance is going to be the same. The only difference, as I said, is between this and this is that the S version has the auto fire and built-in battery. Here you can exchange 18650 batteries and it doesn't have the auto fire. Other than that, everything else is the same. Now, to the pluses and minuses. In beginning, when I just started with this one, trialing it and testing, this little knob here, the airflow adjustment, was annoying me a little bit. But you get used to it quite fast. Here actually I noticed that this one here is sticking a little bit even more out, but I know it's there and it has to be there. I'm really used to it, so it's not a big deal for me anymore. In the beginning it was a bit annoying. Okay. The feel in the hand is really nice. That's leather touched on the back is really good. I don't know though how long it's gonna be this nice color, because we know our hands are sweating and leather sweats with the time. I think this color might change and the usual leather wear and tear will be there. But as of right now, holding the freshly, it looks just fabulous. Okay, so let's check. Have you had any comments or questions? Ingus has asked me. Thank you, thanks, Ingus. No questions so far. Okay, don't be afraid. Just write your questions if you have any about the devices. Okay. Now that we had a look on these two, right now, lately, I see that happens with IAGs, with VooPoo, with other pod system manufacturers. They kind of like pod mod calling themselves. What I noticed, and they are bringing out these little guys. These are the 510 adapters. You can convert any of these stock coils and pods. You cannot put any other tank on this one. So let's say if you want to put your favorite tank or RDA or whatever on this mod, it's impossible to do so without a little adapter like this. So let's try the adapter on it with my profile Unity and see how this works. So Actually, let's dive down. Here we go. So that's the box you're gonna be receiving this in. Yeah, it actually says drag 510 adapter. Don't ask me who manufactures them. Maybe drag themselves because there is no manufacturer info on this. So we're gonna take the mod, and this is the adapter itself. So it's simple, kind of like plastic material with 2 O-rings on the side. On the side, 3 magnets again, and then the 510 kind of like pin connection, which just goes in there. Let's try it on. Yeah, like that. So it's nice and flush. Can't even feel it. It's there. So the ohms is still 999. Now let's try. Let's put on profile unity and see how that works. Okay, it's reading 0.3 ohm now. Yeah, it's 0.3 ohm and 35 watts, which is not enough. Oh, in the smart mode it says, yeah, maximum we can do 40. Okay, then let's try in 40, because usually I'm using this one in on my mode it was 70 watts, yeah, on my mode, but here is maximum 40. Okay, let's try it 40. Definitely not enough. So time to switch the modes. 1, 2, 3. On the blue or the RBA mode, and here we go. We can go above 60 watts, and now at 70. Still kind of doesn't feel like it's the same 70 as with the DNA chip mod. Okay, let's pump it up to the max. Yeah, the max 80. Yes. A big difference. So 80 watts I had on this one, and here I have 70. I don't know if you can see it, so focuses in. 70 watts on the Lost Vape, yeah, Centaurus mod, and you can see the difference in the cloud. Yeah, that's Centaurus, 70 watts. Now let's stick it back on the Drag X. That's strange. It dropped the wattage down. It was 15 actually as soon as I put it on. Let's go to the very top. Okay, again max 80. It's how can this be? No, I will have to check out. Maybe there are some settings in the RBA mode which I need to adjust, but it feels like compared to this, throat hit and cloud is like I had this at about like 45 watts, yeah, which is this on 80 watts. Or I'm losing out on because of the adapter. It's another thing which might be. But with the adapter, you can put any 510 threaded tanks on it. I have here another one. That's the Aspire tank on it. Kind of okay, sits flush. The Odin tank. Now it switches straight to the 50 itself. Okay, let's try the 50. Okay, not bad. Because I know how the tank was performing on another DNA chip. Yeah. Okay, let's try 70. So now max again, 80. Okay, this is acceptable now. Yeah, 80 watts with the Odin tank is acceptable. The flavor and the cloud thickness is okay, but it's not what's supposed to be, in my opinion, because I have the feeling that this chip is not giving out all the 80 watts with a single battery. It's not that powerful like any other mod. Okay, but it's still doable. Now the trickiest question is how to get this out. Yeah, because I have no clue. Because this is sitting flush on it. Yeah, let's swap the screen. So as you can see, it's sitting flush on it. There's nothing there to grip and get it out. So the only way to get it out is screw on something with a 510 thread and then just pull it off. That's the only way you can get this 510 adapter off it. Okay, so that's it about the 510. If there is some power going lost because of this, maybe I don't have the technical means to test the power on it on this. Just don't have it here with me. Maybe some of you guys know more about this. Feel free to comment below. I am no technician. I'm just doing simple review without too much technical details. Okay, so let's put this aside. Let's see. Ingus is asking, when is vaping illegal? Ingus, vaping is legal in the biggest parts of the world. There are a couple of countries which have banned vaping. Let's say like Thailand, I know for sure. It was banned for some time in Arab Emirates, but now I heard that they are allowing it. There are some countries where vaping is illegal, but you have to check in your own country whenever you're watching this from if that's legal or not. In Europe, everything is fine. It's legal to vape. In some countries, it's illegal to purchase them online. But again, you have to check your local laws. Okay. Now, let's take a look on this, which arrived just today. This is then VooPoo PNP pod tank, which is interesting. Let's step down and take a look on this one as well. So that's supposed to be a tank which takes the same PNP coils. Arrived like this, a little bit damaged the box, so that's what. Okay, I'm gonna open it and use it myself. So then here what we have, VooPoo stainless steel P&P pod tank. On the side we have manufacturer, the address and everything, made in China. On the bottom is nothing, and on the back is contents one P&P tank, user manual, P&T VM 1.3 ohm coil, and PMT VM 6.15 ohm coil is in there. Okay. So the user manual is in all the major languages, English, Italian, Spanish on this side, and French, Russian, and German on the other side. That's it. There's nothing else. Now, and here is the tank. Let's zoom in a bit. Yeah, like that. So that's what's in it. We have one coil, second coil, and that's the tank itself, and some silica on the bottom there. So the tank is the same actually as the pod and sits on a magnet. Yeah, that looks really familiar, isn't it? This part, and then this is just a regular pod. Exactly the same in the size. Actually, I could do just like that, and then I don't know which one was which now, because they both are exactly the same size and weight. There are no differences between them, and they are interchangeable obviously as well. So now honestly I don't know which one was which. I just put this one back and put this one on this. So here we have some really strong magnets. It's really hard to get it off, and the principle is the same. Have 510 thread. Okay, let's take my Centaurus mod, screw on, like this. The airflow adjustment on the bottom is without a stopper. You can just keep twisting it around. And we're gonna take the pod. See, this one is with the juice inside. Let's stick it on. Oh yeah, this is gonna just spin around. So I'm so used to have the tanks which are all in one piece, not like this magnetic, which just twists around. So if you want to adjust anything, you have to work it here on the bottom. Okay, then let's see. We have 60 watts right now here. It reads 0.2 ohm. No, that's obviously not. We changed it. Stop. I was a bit too fast. Let's go into the atomizer and measure again. So it reads 0.18 ohm. So it's 0.18 ohm coil in there at 70 watts. Let's try. Let's switch the screen and let's try it out. $70 watts on this and 80 watts on this. Okay, as soon as you put it on, it goes down to 50. Sorry, that's a bit annoying. Okay, now max 80 watts. swap it. The DNA chip is more giving out more power than this Genie TT chip which they have built in there in the drag. 80 watts on this would be kind of equivalent. Let's try 60 on the DNA. Yeah, no, 60 watts. Yeah, 80 watts on this would be around 60 on the DNA chip, about the vapor and flavor production. Okay, the flavor is actually really good. The P&P coils from VooPoo are good in terms of flavor. Really good flavor. Have nothing to say about that. Sorry. That's what happens when you have Facebook on. Okay. Now, that would be pretty much it from my side. A little bit of fun from where was it? I wanted to show you what I saw at the end. Wanted to show you what I saw on one of the TV shows lately. It was a TV show about. It's called Upload. It's kind of like life after the death, that they upload your memories, your brain, basically yourself to virtual reality and etc. But in that TV show I saw, that was the first TV show where I saw it against vaping. Okay, in a lot of TV shows we see that people vape, but this show was, I don't know who sponsored that, but it was against vaping. Basically, one of the main characters there, she had a father, and father has vaped to stop smoking, and was about to die from the damage his lungs got because of the vaping. At least that's the agenda in the movie. Yeah, and let me just share the screen to what excess they go in terms of showing that the vape is bad. They actually had let me see, no, that's not that one. Come on, this Firefox is annoying me. Basically, no, it doesn't allow me to share the screen. Anyway, it was they actually had in the movie the one thing there where they showed, like in hospitals you have like radiology, they have pediatrics or whatever, science going on. There is also vape wards. So basically, it's then in the movie, basically the complete ward is for those people who have damaged their lungs because of the vaping. Yeah, and I thought it's actually bullshit, but that's the beginning of the anti-vaping propaganda is already going into the movies as well. Kind of against vaping. I think that's kind of like sucks basically, but that's what we're going to be fighting with in the future. Yeah. Okay, then thank you very much for watching. I see there are no more comments. Then that's it for today. I will see you then next Monday. Thank you, everyone, and see you next Monday. Bye-bye.